Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone, Doc Blade, Forensic Golf. Do me a favor before we start, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. What was the most successful thing you did this year on the golf course? So what I want to talk about, I received the email, and the email said, why did I have to call out a teaching method or a teaching style? Why did I just go ahead and mind my own business? And the reason why is very simple. Did you know that every year 1 million golfers leave golf worldwide? That's right. And the number one reason is cited is frustration. But 2.5 million new golfers come to golf worldwide every year. So manufacturers are not concerned about that because they can replenish their sales and everything. But as a teaching professional, it's a game changer for us. I had a client that had 8 lessons. And when I asked this client, what was your shot shape, fade or draw? They said, what is that? So they had an 8-lesson package with a coach that is very, very well known and didn't even know what a fade or a draw was, okay? So when I call out a teaching method, I call it out because for number one, a lot of times people don't know the difference between hypotheses and theory. A lot of planes today. So they'll have a hypothesis, which is okay. I'm working on something to see if it works out, to see if it's credible, to see if it can stand up to a clinical trial. Versus a theory has empirical data and evidence to say, hey, I've tried this out with everybody from 6-year-old to 76-year-old, and I saw success with them. I've done clinics with this. I've done workshops with this. I've done seminars with this. It's backed up by Gears technology, by Body Track. It's backed up by science. Then you have a theory, something that you can say, hey, this works because of this. It's science to back it up. And that's the big difference. We have a lot of instructors out here that have a hypothesis, which is an ideal, and they're trying to push it off as a teaching method, but it's not. So then you have a bunch of people that follow them down the rabbit hole and lose 6, 12, 18, 24 months where they could have been successful. So I don't have no problem calling things out because as I'm invested in this business, and with me being invested in this business, I'm obligated to call out false things when I see it. There's another instructor out there. Anytime he sees a professional doing something, he stamps his name onto that, And I said, wait a minute. Everybody you see swinging cannot be your style. He just stamps his name on that and say, hey, they're doing what I'm teaching. Let me tell you, you can put a new dress on an old girlfriend and say, look how cute she is, but she's still the same girlfriend, all right? Now, you can change the verbiage or the vernacular. If that helps people learn better, I'm all for it. But it does not change the science. So when I talk about rotation, there's empirical data and evidence to prove that. When I talk about pressure awareness, we have evidence and data to prove it. Vertical thrust, we have evidence, right? Torques and forces, we have evidence to prove that's happening, all right? Hand path, we can track it. So it makes a huge difference when your golf instruction is evidence-based and backed up by things you can track, right? Why debate what you can already measure? So I don't have no problem calling things out. We should call them out for what they are. They're cloak and dagger schemes, and they only hurting people. They're not helping people. So hey folks, be careful what you following out there. Make sure it stands up to the test of time. You know what? Tell a person. If a person says, hey, I'm swinging from the top down, and they think it's not a sequential motion, challenge that person to go get on force plate technology or Body Track and see what happened. I got a buddy with 2.6, Terry. Terry say the golf swing is simultaneously, right? I say, no, it's sequential. We can prove it's sequential. So he said it all happens at one time. I told him what? I said, okay, Terry, from 2.6 Golf. I said, get a rope, stand in a dress position, and swing that rope out there and see if you can do it simultaneously. You can. It has to be a sequential motion. You can put, what is that thing called? The acrobats, whatever it is. You can put the 6 balls right here, and you swing the ball, and it hits this ball, and it sends a sequential motion all the way through and knocks that ball up, right? If you just try to swing them at one time simultaneously, guess what happened? They swing all together. But when you tap one of them, it sends a motion to another one, and sequentially, it kicks the other one out at the end. Again, why debate what we can actually measure? So make sure that you actually fall in something that can get you to where you're trying to get to, okay? All right, folks, here we go. We've already done the work, right? So I'm getting my butterflies to fly in formation. I'm wholeness and stillness. I'm not going to step into my ball until I'm ready to play it. I have my goal number. Setup looks good, strong. There it go. Pure golf shot, buddy. You know what I'm saying? First shot of the day. See, that's what you can do when your golf instruction is evidence-based. All right? Before we move out of here, let's fix this. Put some sand in here. That's the difference. That's what you can do when your golf instruction is evidence-based. All right? You can actually start pulling off the shots that you desire to hit. And that's my first shot of the day. No warm-ups, anything. And I just came out here and stroked it. You know, because I had to respond to that email. The email was, Doc, why are you even worried about it? Just let people do what they want to do. No, we can't do that, because what happens is I get a lot of students that come from bad teaching formats, and guess what? We have to put them back to ground zero, right? So we can't do that, folks. We have to be more responsible and accountable in this business. Look at that ball. First shot of the day, pin high, 150 yards out with a KZG Zoe blade. Then with a pitch mark. There you go, folks. So hey, science-based, evidence-focused versus hypotheses. Take care. Setup looks good, strong. There it go. Pure golf shot, buddy. You know what I'm saying? First shot of the day.